Up and cheers, man. I hope anybody listening is having a good day. I'm kind of having a weird one. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Like, all right, I have a small situation, story, whatever you want to call it. So I'm in the barbershop. I'm in the barbershop and I'm getting my cut. So my cut, actually, this is the first time I've ever been to this barbershop ever in life. And pretty much, I'm kind of nervous, but fuck it, dude. I go everywhere by myself all the time. So I really have no problem with just stepping into new places and just introducing myself or just whatever. And I really have to give all the time that I spent doing jujitsu the praise and the credit for that. Because, dude, if I didn't do jujitsu, I would be. I was a nervous wreck before I did jujitsu, but now I'm able to just go into rooms and just talk to people. I mean, introducing yourself and whatnot, and just like kind of saying, hey, I'm me, and I'm not, I'm not an axe murderer. You guys can trust me. I'm cool. Whatever. I feel like it, just by just greeting people and saying hello, you just break the ice in the room. Like, you could just feel it. You feel it when you're the new guy in the room and it's quiet and people kind of like stare at you here, stare at you there. They look. Nah, I hate that. I like awkwardness, but I like awkwardness after it's been built with talking. But anyway, I'm in the barbershop and most of my cut was good. I was kind of talking shit, just basically saying, oh yeah, me and my friends are going to Vegas, da 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 da. I'm gonna go there with like a stack or whatever. I didn't say that, but I'm just gonna try to go there being prepared. And you got to go there with money. And we were just talking shit. We were just shooting the shit until so it's me getting my hair cut, and then diagonal from me, there's this dude getting his hair cut by this other barber. And then there's another barber to my far left who's more so at the door, and it's all regular. So basically I'm getting my cut until the barber who's in front of me, or yeah, cutting the other guy up, I guess his ex-wife comes into the shop. So his ex-wife comes into the shop, and she's she's decent. She's whatever. She's definitely a MILF. Respectfully, if dude ever hears this, respectfully, I'm telling this story respectfully. And they're talking, and they're just talking and talking and talking about just like stuff, random stuff, personal stuff, like just stuff that I can't even recall, just because I literally wasn't listening. It had nothing to do with me until the guy finishes. He finishes the cut that he's doing on the first guy he has. He has another head waiting. So there's another guy who's also close to the door. And then after that cut, he actually like pretty much goes to the back. They always have that one barbershop room in the back where, like, I don't know why they have that room there, but they just have it. Like, it's either in the back or off the side or whatever. But yeah, he goes in there for a little while, and then at first his lady then joins him in there, and then they come back out pretty much smelling like dope or whatever. I think she had asked before, like, yo, like let me get some weed or whatever. And then so they smoked, they come back out, and it's all cool, it's whatever. And then she leaves. And then once the lady leaves, again, kind of bodacious, whatever. And she, she's just a good looking lady from at least what I could tell. I mean, I was getting my cut, so I can only take, see this angle or that. But yeah, pretty decent looking lady or whatever. But apparently that's also the mother of this barber's child. And long story short, as soon as she leaves, I was like, because he gets his other head into the chair, and then I'm like, yo, I gotta ask. And I don't know what took over me in this, but I was like, yo, I gotta ask, because they were talking, and one of the things that I picked up was that, okay, well, the guy who the barber was currently cutting, he's a family friend, apparently connected by how they used to all go to church. So the barber, his wife, and this current guy getting his haircut, they all went to the same church. basically, because I heard church and I heard wife, I'm like, oh, they must have met at church. I just made heavy assumptions. And honestly, I was being an idiot. But I also thought maybe I could be funny or whatever. Just say something funny, because there had been a lull inside of the room where initially I had introduced myself and everything was cool. And then I even got to talking about just some small stuff, this little Vegas trip, whatever. But then the room got quiet. So then I wanted to just kind of just spark it back up. And I said, yo, hey man, I gotta ask, you ever smash? Did you ever smash in the back of the church? And then he's like, huh? Wait. Why would you ask that? And I said, nah, man, I'm just curious. And he's like, wait, there's got to be something specific to why you asked that, because that's like a very specific question. Like, nah, I ain't never smashed in the sanctuary, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So then basically we go round and round about how the context of that question even came up, because it was so random. And he's saying that basically it was a random question. How did you get that context? And I'm like, no, I'm just curious. You know, I was just being dumb. And then he was like, you know, that's my ex-wife and da-da-da-da-da. You know, I date you, like I'm 38. How old are you? He's like, I'm like 23. And he's like, yeah, man, that's my ex-wife and whatnot. And how did you even get the context for that? And I'm like, well, I assumed that you guys had met inside of the church. So that meant that, okay, well, if you met at church, and me, I always liked the church girls too. Like, as far back as it was, one of my earliest memories is just like a little girl at church when I was a little boy. And, you know, she was basically, it was me and my boys, because this is African church. So you and your cousins all sit next to each other, and your brothers and everybody. And then the girls, maybe they'll sit, you know, if they know you, they'll sit with you. But most of the time they'll sit with their parents or whatever, sit away. And so our parents are like away from us, and I'm just talking to this girl. She's like next to her grandma or whatever. And one of my earliest memories is, you know, she telling me that she likes me, but I didn't really know what to do with that at all. I just kind of was just like, okay. I was just awkward about it. But and I told him, I was like, yeah, man, I never had the courage or the confidence to actually talk to any. I mean, of course I was talking about me being a little kid, but still, I never had the courage or confidence to talk to any girls from church or whatever. So I know you smash, you know, you just seem like a fly dude, whatever. And dude, I mean, he understood what I was saying, because at the end of this entire conversation, he's like, look, I get what you was trying to say. Like, you know, she's a good looking lady, basically. Right. And like, you know, you see your lips, ass, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, kind of, yeah, whatever. And like, I wouldn't be running around with no like bum bitches, da-da-da-da-da, bum chicks. I'm not saying that you would, but that's just like a very weird, random question. And then I was just like, yeah, man, again, I was just curious. I was just like trying to have a good time. And I was kind of laughing during all of this. And during this entire conversation, I was also getting up and going towards like just to pay for my haircut, because it just had gotten done. But yeah, at the end of it, he's like, you know, this really could have went left. Like, I gave you a real nigga pass, you know? So basically you just got to take that. Like, I gave you a real nigga pass. Like, this could have really went left. And I was like, yeah, no, you right. It really could have. But, you know, I just talk shit. Like, I just be talking too much shit. Like, I honestly don't think before I talk. I just kind of ask questions. And I really didn't mean anything by it. I'm just asking questions. But, yeah, I kind of left on the note of, all right, y'all stay up. And I dapped him up, too. I was like, yo, man, respectfully, I apologize. You know, I wasn't trying to, you know, talk whatever about your ex-wife. Or even, I didn't say this, but the mother of your child, that's more important. And, yeah, I just wasn't trying to do that. But dude really was like, yeah, man, like this could have went left, and shit, I could have beat your ass for that. And I was just like, I don't know, it just kind of floored me, because I'm like, on the one hand, dude is right. On the one hand, dude is right. I mean, I'm talking shit. I'm talking maybe too much shit. And as a shit talker, I already know what that comes with. I've seen other shit talkers, people like me, people that I admire a lot, in real life, get challenged and confronted for just, hey, you was just like, what did you say? Like, what was that? Because they just talking too much. But these are the types of people I admire. And I feel like the environment of the barbershop is almost a place where that's like welcome. Like we're just cracking jokes, like whatever. Like you didn't even have to answer that question. I really didn't even think it was that serious. Like we could have just laughed it off. Like nah, man, you crazy, bro. Like like that's just it's just a joke question, I think. But it's about your ex-wife, the mother of your child, and you never know how serious somebody else's life is when you go and start commenting about it. So, and you can't control how people act. So as much, like driving away from the barbershop, I kind of got, amped up, heated or whatever. I was kind of mad that I got pressed. Here I am just trying to get a haircut. But looking on it, like, of course, number one, I don't think I'm going back to that shop. Just because, come on, man. I just don't want to, cause more problems. I was just trying to get my haircut. And then doing anything in life. It's just more comfortable when you kind of have that ice broken, where you could just talk, when you're just cool. Like, it's just whatever. Like, it's nothing too serious. Like, damn. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's the barbershop vibe. And that instance, that the whole cut up until that point was perfectly fine. The barber that pressed me or whatever. And by the way, he had a blue rag next to his mirror or whatever like that. I don't know if that does anything to the story, but it definitely let me know, like, yo, shut the fuck up at a certain point. Like, just shut the fuck up, keep apologizing, get the fuck out of the door. Like, hey, and it's cool, man. I'm not a tough guy, and I never will be. I don't give a fuck. Shit, I enjoy life. I think about how many lives have been ended over just that conversation. Very simple, very chill, very meaningless. One word gets said to another party that maybe makes some contention, some raises some questions, some eyebrows. Then one other word gets said to that party that's, oh shit, you weird for that. Boom. Now we either fighting, we doing this, we doing that over, nigga, I was just trying to just break the ice and make this, little barber haircut go a little faster. Like, God, it's not that serious, Talking on this grabber, and it is falling apart. Hold up. You re-roll this. Re-roll. Yeah, there you go. There we go. That's better. Not much better. My wood is falling apart. All right, this is done. It's not smoking anymore, but I don't know. I could be tripping. I know I was in the wrong initially. I just really would have preferred that, especially because this is your place of business. And I know you come from a certain place and you probably come from a certain background, and I get that. But I just feel sad when potential instances like that happen. Because again, this is a brother, this is a black man. And again, he's like he said, he dates me. He predates me quite a bit. He's well into his 30s. Here I am, just a young buck, 23. He was well and good, 15 when I was born. But my thing is just like, again, even just take that into consideration. I'm a young man. Like, the fact that you're really out here just like, you just threaten, like, I don't even want to say too much, whatever, because then that's snitching. And that's another thing that's like, bro, I'm a civilian. Like, I'm a regular dude. But at the same time, nobody likes a tattletale. Nobody likes somebody who's just flapping their gums, of course, about things that they shouldn't be. But my thing is, it's just like the point that we get to this point where it got to get so heated, and it's just got to get to this like I could have beat your ass. Like, come on, bro. Like, what even is a real nigga pass? I get it. I get what it is. I know what it is because you get, whatever. But I'm saying, like, bro, like, why does it matter to be a real nigga? Like, it does. Like, what do you, like, I don't know, man. That's just, I don't know. I started thinking about that Kendrick verse, just the whole Kendrick song, Real. I just started thinking about it, like, just hating the fact Like, I just hate the fact. None of that shit. None of that puff chest, rah rah, I gotta show you how tough I am. None of that shit makes you real. What makes you real is protecting your family, your own self by extension. Because how could you protect your family if you're out here beefing with people? Like, when I hear grown men, and not even this situation to the side, totally to the side, but I've heard family members that I know, you had a good, what? You definitely were raised in a house way bigger than mine for your whole upbringing. Like, you've maybe tasted apartment life for what? 3 years max. And that's partly due to the fact that you were blessed enough to be able to put yourself into a different city because of school. And I'm talking to you and you're talking to me about, I got beef up here. Like, bro, what? Like, no matter what I'm doing, I don't think, not even I don't think, I know this. I don't have any time for beef. I don't have any time for beef. I don't have any time to be focused and worried about another man or woman in some way where I'm trying to harm them or I'm worried about them trying to harm me. Like, nah, I'm very much a guy I'm just going to solve this right now. I'm going to make sure if I can't solve this right now, as little of my information is given out so that, hey, you go back to your corner, I go to my corner, and we could, because this is how life works in reality, we could go the rest of our lives never talking to each other ever again. Especially for people that are not your family, that are not connected to you. I don't get how people have beef with people they don't know. You don't even know this person. I don't understand that. Just out here having on-site beefs with people that you don't even know this guy. You don't even know him. And you're over here in his city or in the city where you have that beef for a good reason. You over here trying to get a job, how did you, in the pursuit of trying to get a job and trying to put yourself on into a better position, how did you make beef? Like, how did you do that? Like, if somebody crossed you, you could just not deal with that person. How do you have, I don't get it. But you would have to be getting into shit with people. See, the only way you really have beef is when you're getting into shit with people. And when I say getting into shit, I mean just activity in general. It doesn't have to be, nefarious, bad, whatever. Just activity. When you just, it's not that you shouldn't have friends, but your friends should have a boundary. Like, if you're just always hanging out, and in all those hangouts, it's never a conversation about how do we better ourselves. Instead of going out so that we just spend money, how do we, it's never any of those kind of conversations. How do we build money? It's never any kind of conversations like that. It's always just hang out. Let's just chill. Let's just kind of have fun. I feel like there's a time and place for fun, especially with your friends. There really is. And I think that is actually, when you set aside a time and place for things, that's how you enjoy them a lot more, But when you just in too deep with what everybody else is doing, that's when you have beef. You're just too tapped in with how other people are living their lives. Like, I couldn't care fucking less, man. I couldn't care less. That barbershop, I'm never going to go back there. I mean, I'm just not. Because I'm not even gonna go in there and try to prove that my ego is that I'm so hard. Nobody could tell me this, and then I don't just go back and act like it's nothing or like it's just some weird shit. Nah, bro. I spoke out of term, and when I spoke out of term, the dude, instead of being more so cool or level-headed about it, he was more so like passive-aggressive, gaslighty. He was and trying to get like context to something that was just really an innocent little question, and trying to just ask more questions about something that, seriously, that was just an innocent question from somebody that you don't even know. Like, how could it mean anything more? If that's the thing that I don't get about beef. It's like some people, like a traffic altercation, like some people will take, oh, you cut me off, to be the end of the world. And I just could never. And I drive way more than anybody that's on the road, except for people who are probably on road trips constantly or drug dealers. Like, other than that, and honestly, that's a lot of, I don't know. Because there was this story even, maybe I could pull it up and find it. But no, I don't even have to pull it up and find it. Man loses his life over a road rage accident. And this is a story as old as time, but it's like, dude in some part of the East Coast or something like that. I mean, apparently there was some kind of fender bender or something. They start exchanging words. One man just pulls out a gun and just starts shooting and shoots the man to death. It's like, nah, bruh. That's really how fast words, just a few flaps of your gums, that's it. And you're done. No, man, I ain't got time for that, dude. Like, nah. And I really don't care if that makes me a bitch or whatever. Yeah. At no point in my life do I think I'll ever be okay with throwing away even a portion of my life for some petty thing towards somebody that I don't know. I'll never understand why people have to have their pride and ego affirmed by people they don't know. I don't understand that. I don't get it. It's the strangest thing. And it's I don't know. I feel like this energy sparks up in the summer. Like, I feel like in the summertime is when the ego, the pride, the machismo, the like, I gotta like protect myself and everything that I have. And the way that I do that is by heavily scrutinizing even the smallest, interactions with people wherein people say things that I don't like. It's like, oh my gosh, man. You really could just tell the dude, hey, you're in our place of business. Don't talk like that about such and such. It moves on. It goes on. That's it. You can give the direct order and have the person respond with an apology and just, it's nothing. And you just move on. That would be the better way. But no, we have to take it to the next level all the time. And nah, man, I'm good off people. I'm just good off of people. Like, I love people, but at the same time, when people show me things like that, that's when I'm good off of them, man. Like, that's when I'm definitely we could just never talk again. I'll just do everything in my power, which in this case is just never going back to this place of business. I'll just do everything in my power to just never talk to you again. How about that? Like, how about everybody just do that? And when it's your family or something very personal or deep, give it time, because you're connected to this person. You actually have something to do with these people. Their lives being great may affect your life. Their lives being worse may affect your life. Give it time. But for the people that aren't connected to me, I'll never understand why people can start, or just how people start just those kind of negative interactions and then keep them going, either through social media or through, right there, boom, physical altercations. Nah. And I don't know if that comes from jujitsu. I don't know if that comes from me just like wrestling motherfuckers to the ground and while standing and putting my hands and feet and head paws in a whole sort of different positions just to submit somebody. I don't know if that has made it to where I see violence and I go, no. Like, outside of sanctioned events, this shit is stupid as fuck. And it's so stupid, it's like, I could even see it in the moment. Like, damn, this is dumb. Like, this is dumb as hell. Like, really think about it. Oh man. Like, the barber just starts beating me up inside of my chair. He just starts literally just like lifts his size 12 or something just straight to my skull in the chair. It's like imagine. Over what? Over did you smash in the back of the church? Anyway, man, the world's dumb. Or maybe just people. I don't know. But that happened today. That happened earlier. I just went from that and picked up some butt. You know what I'm saying? I had to get me some good trees and smoke. Well, I didn't have to. Well, no, yep, I did have to. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm in a good place. I feel good.